This is David Russell, Global Head of Market Strategy for TradeStation. And today we'll look at major events for investors and traders. Stocks are pulling back as traders wait for key inflation data and the start of earnings season. The S&P 500 fell 1.5% in the holiday-shortened period between Friday, December 29th and Friday, January 5th. It was the first drop in 10 weeks, ending the index's longest positive streak since 2004. About two-thirds of its members lost value. There were several bearish headlines for major technology stocks. At least two analysts downgraded Apple amid signs of weak iPhone sales. The New York Times also reported the company may face antitrust action by the Justice Department. Semiconductors dropped after guidance from Mobileye suggested automotive demand is slowing. Interest rates also climbed after non-farm payrolls and initial jobless claims showed a strong labor market. However, other reports from the Institute for Supply Management showed slack in the economy. For example, service providers had the shortest delivery times since 2020, and manufacturing prices fell at a quicker pace. The next big event for interest rates and the economy will probably be the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, inflation report on Thursday. Healthcare was the top-performing sector last week, as investors rotated back to a group that lagged the market for most of last year. Vaccine maker Moderna led the S&P 500 as flu and coronavirus cases increased. Merck also rallied on an upgrade from Cowen. The industry could remain active this week with the 42nd annual J.P. Morgan Healthcare Conference running from today through Thursday. Verizon Communications also received a positive analyst note from KeyBank. The telecom giant has been rallying since October, when strong quarterly results suggested that a long-term business turnaround had begun. Allstate jumped to record highs after Morgan Stanley cited higher premiums and smaller underwriting losses. Some energy stocks bounced last week as attacks in the Red Sea reduced shipping through the Suez Canal. The Biden administration also announced plans to add 3 million barrels of oil to the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. However, a large addition to gasoline inventories weighed on sentiment. Technology stocks like semiconductors fell the most. Cruise ships led a decline in consumer discretionaries. Tesla also slid after fourth-quarter deliveries inched past forecasts. And now let's chart the market. Last week's pullback came after the S&P 500 was overbought by various measures in mid-December. The Relative Strength Index, or RSI, reached its highest level since September 2020. The index rose furthest above its 50-day moving average since August 2022. TradeStation data also showed the most index members hitting 52-week highs in 2.5 years. The benchmark ended last week near the low from December 20th. It's also trying to hold its 20-day moving average. That could make some chart watchers look for prices to hold support and continue their recent uptrend. Further below, traders may look for prices to test their July peaks around 4,600. The next potential level to the upside is around 4,800, near the peaks in late December and early 2022. Interestingly, the Dow Jones Industrial Average broke out to all-time highs last month and remains above its peak from early 2022. The Nasdaq 100 briefly flirted with new highs before retreating. That could suggest large cap value stocks like Boeing, American Express, and Caterpillar are taking leadership from growth names. And now, let's consider upcoming events. This week begins quietly, except for the J.P. Morgan Healthcare Conference. The catalysts get more active on Thursday with key inflation data and important earnings on Friday. The Energy Department announces crude oil inventories on Wednesday. CPI, inflation data, is due at 8:30 Eastern Time on Thursday morning. Weekly jobless claims come at the same time. Friday marks the beginning of earnings season as major financials issue results. The list includes J.P. Morgan Chase, Citi, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo. The Producer Price Index, or PPI, inflation report is also due. Markets will be closed the following Monday, January 15th, in observance of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Thanks for watching. Please visit tradestation.com for more.